This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
You're watching News Tonight. I'm Sai Manish. Let's go for the headlines. It's a war of words between DMK's present ally and its prospective one. The Congress says PMK would be a useless addition to its alliance with the DMK. It's spelled the IDMK leader joins the DMK along with three others, says Jayalalitha has lost touch with the people of the state. Strong divisions within the government over the fuel price hike. Alagiri and Mamta opposed the hike to thin nail. 26 years, more than 20,000 lives lost, 8 people convicted on bailable charges that invite maximum sentence of just 2 years.
To pursue the extradition of the foreign accused.
BCCI clamps down on non-performance. Yuvraj Singh, Yusuf Pathan and Murli Vijay sacked from the side for the Asia Cup. The PMK is all set to go into yet another huddle over Karunanidhi's offer to join the DMK-led alliance for the next year's assembly polls. Now there's a twist in the tale. The DMK's ally, the Congress, doesn't seem keen to be in Dr. Ramadas's company for a simple reason. Another ally will mean a smaller share of the electoral pie. So the party has virtually called the PMK a spent force.
As far as I am concerned, it has lost everything. It has become a very small party. I mean, I think they have lost their identity also.
Another barb has come the PMK's way. This time from the Congress, the most trusted ally of the DMK. As the PMK founder, Dr. Ramadas is still debating whether to accept Karunanidhi's pre-poll pact. That's getting back to the DMK fold in return for a Rajya Sabha seat in 2012, a year after elections. The Congress feels the PMK will just be excess baggage in the alliance.
PMK joining the Congress and DMK alliance does not make any difference. By joining, they are not going to add to the strength of this alliance. And by not joining, there's not going to be a big difference in this.
Sources say the Congress is keen on bargaining at least 75 to 80 out of the 234 seats from DMK for the 2011 assembly elections. So, if the PMK joins the alliance, then the Congress's desire to get more seats may hit a roadblock.
All eyes will be on that meeting to see just which way Tamil Nadu's fence-sitter turns. With Shabir Ahmed in Chennai, this is Sanjay Pinto for NDTV.
Now, the Congress may have openly taunted the PMK, but Chief Minister Karunanidhi and senior PMK leaders are still willing to talk out the prospects of a pre-poll alliance.
டாக்டர் அவர்கள் வெளியிடுவார்கள் என்று நிமிடத்திலே அவர்கள் சொல்லிவிட்டு போயிருக்கிறார்கள். கழகவுடன் விவாதித்து எடுக்கிற இறுதி முடிவை அவர்களுக்கும் சொல்லியிருக்கிறேன், உங்களுக்கும் பொழுது தெரியப்படுத்துகிறேன்.
முதலமைச்சர் தலைவர் கலைஞரிடத்தில் சில செய்திகளை நாங்கள் பேசியிருக்கோம். அதை மருத்துவரையாகிட்ட சொல்லி இறுதி முடிவை ஐயா வெளியிடுவாங்க. எல்லா முடிவுகளையும் ஐயா தான் சொல்லுவாங்க, வெளியிடுவாங்க.
MJR loyalist and former AIADMK organizing secretary Muthuswamy today joined the DMK in the presence of Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi at Anna Arivalayam. He filled up the forms along with two of his colleagues, V.K. Chinnaswamy and Erode Manikam. All these leaders were expelled from the AIADMK not long back for anti-party activities. In fact, while joining the DMK, Muthuswamy came down heavily on his party leader, former party leader, in fact, Jayalalitha, saying that neither she nor the party were in touch with the people of Tamil Nadu.
12ஆம் தேதி மாலை 3 மணிக்கு தமிழகம் முழுவதும் இருந்து மாநிலம் முழுவதும் இருந்து பல்லாயிரக்கணக்கான எங்களுடைய சகோதரர்கள் வந்து சென்னைக்கு வந்து அறிவாலயத்திலே தலைவர் அவர்கள் முன்னிலையிலேயும் தளபதி அவர்கள் முன்னிலையிலேயும் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்திலே தங்களை இணைத்துக் கொள்ள இருக்கிறார் என்பதை இந்த நேரத்திலே நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். அங்கே நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற சூழ்நிலை அந்த இயக்கத்திற்கு மிகப்பெரிய சரிவை ஏற்படுத்திவிடும் என்பதை மட்டும் நான் இந்த நேரத்திலே தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
Now, more than 26 years after the Bhopal gas tragedy, a local court today found all the 8 accused, including Keshav Mahindra, the former chairman of Union Carbide and current chairman of Mahindra & Mahindra, guilty of criminal negligence. Activists and victims are not a happy lot. They say it's a classic case of too little, too late. The main accused, Warren Anderson, is still absconding. Now, this comes almost 2.5 decades after methyl isocyanide gas leaked out of Union Carbide, killing nearly 20,000 people instantly. More died as a result of this. Those who survived were either maimed or suffered from various ailments. The tragedy did not spare even the subsequent generations. Children were born with deformities. Bhopal is touted to be the world's worst ever industrial disaster. And also, let's just take you across to, in fact, the entire sequence of events that unfolded from that fateful night of December 3rd, 1984. 800,000 people were exposed to methyl isocyanide that night. A case was registered soon after against Union Carbide. The chairman was arrested, later released on bail. In fact, overnight, he escaped from India. He still hasn't returned. Warren Anderson is his name. Then India claimed $3.3 billion from Union Carbide in an American court. After that came the out-of-the-court deal. Union Carbide, in fact, gave $470 million to the Indian government in that out-of-the-court deal, part of which was disbursed in '92 to victims. Now, in 2001, Union Carbide added insult to injury when it refused to take responsibility for this terrible disaster. And finally, today, when 8 people have been convicted. And also, we were joined earlier by Satyanath Sarangi, who is the member of International Campaign for Justice in Bhopal.
Now they find that this disaster, which was the world's worst industrial disaster, has been converted into something like a traffic accident. So the verdict today is on a traffic accident, actually. And we are still waiting for the sentencing. We are pleased to know, of course, that all have been convicted.
Also, we were joined by Nityananda Jayaraman, a member of the International Campaign for Justice in Bhopal. He was angry and ashamed at the verdict.
It took the CBI 10 years to actually serve the first extradition notice, which was promptly returned by the US government. And our government has done nothing to pursue the extradition of the foreign accused. Whatever we hear today will be too little, too late, and it is a crying shame. The Prime Minister is the minister in charge of the CBI. So it is a shoddy work of the Prime Minister.
Not all is well at the Hyundai factory at Sri Perumdur. Over 200 employees are on strike. Now, this has halted the production of Hyundai cars. Our reporter Zoya Thomas was at the Hyundai factory.
I'm standing right here in front of the Hyundai factory in Sri Perumdur, where over 400 employees are striking inside who belong to the second and third shift. And we have people here from the first shift who are also striking for the same reason. They have basically 2 demands. One is a long-standing demand that the union that they have formed should be recognized. And secondly, around 67 employees who were dismissed over a period of time, they should be taken back. Now, the Labour Department has advised the management that 35 of these 67 employees should be reinstated, but the management is not ready to listen to any of these demands. And I have with me here Mr. Soundararajan, who is the president of the union. Mr. Soundararajan, tell us what is the situation inside, what is the management saying?
We have formed the union in 2007, and simply because forming the union, they have started attacking us and victimizing us. Our president, general secretary, and more than 13 people have been transferred to far off places, and then started dismissing.
Basically, tomorrow is going to be a reconciliatory talk, which is not the first time. This is a 6th reconciliatory talk that you are going to have with the Labour Department. So what has been discussed so far, and what is the management's reaction in those talks with the Labour Department?
So they are sending letter to the people offering 1.5 million, 15 lakh rupees will be given if you come for a settlement. So this is unfair, totally unfair. When there is a conciliation pending, they are sowing money and wooing the people. This is also unfair.
We're slipping into a short break. On the other side, we show you Chennai's extra gullible woman scammed by a man who promised to marry them.